teachers and educators. I have one last tech tip for you for the year, and this is a big one. Super important. Last week at Google I/O, which is Google's developer conference, they released a new Google Photos app. It works across Android, it works across iOS, and on the web. So why should you care? Well, we're just about out of time for the year, and it's just about summertime. And on a personal note, we're going to take trips, we're going to do things, we're going to go to weddings, we're going to go see our family. So we're going to take a lot of pictures and videos, and you want to make sure that you have those moments for the rest of your life. And if you have an iOS device, you could back up to iCloud, or you could, with any device, back up to Flickr or some other service as well. But Google Photos is going to offer you a few things that those services are not. And the first one that's really the most important has to do with how many photos can you upload and at what resolution. So what's cool about Google compared to, say, iOS with iCloud is that Google is going to allow you to do high quality, which is 16 megapixels or less, which is pretty much every smartphone camera out there, and a lot of really good still cameras as well. 16 megapixels or less, 1080p video for free for life, unlimited storage, as much as you want to put on there. Thousands and thousands and thousands of videos and pictures. Now I've got mine set to do original resolution because I have a terabyte of storage, but 99% of the world just needs the high quality setting, and you'll be able to upload your photos forever and ever. You'll never lose them because Google stuff is triple backed up, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with this. So that's just the beginning of it. You can also show your photos in Google Drive, which is great, and suggest new creations and group similar faces, and I'll show you what that's about in a second as well. So just for the backup alone, this is worth it. Download it on Android, download it on iOS, set it up, sign into your Google account, probably your personal one to back everything up, but you could use a school account too if you do a lot of pictures and videos for school. And then everything gets uploaded into Google Photos. And it's initially organized by date. And that's fine. That's pretty cool. You can see all of your stuff here. But what's really neat about this is when you're trying to find a photo. I mean, when I've got 11,000 photos or more already uploaded into Google Photos, and it's sometimes hard to find what I'm looking for. But let's just say, for instance, I want to search for something. As soon as I do that, it's going to bring me up to this neat little page for search. It already has identified a ton of faces and people in my Google Photos. So for example, if I wanted all the photos of my dad, I click on that, and all the photos that I've taken with my dad over several years will appear. If I want to alternatively see all the photos, and this is the coolest part ever, of my nephew. Here are all the photos of my nephew from the last ones I took at Christmas time, all the way back to when he was a baby in 2008, and it found his face and all that stuff. Amazing technology. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. Beyond that, though, you can look at places as well. So I can look at all the photos that I've taken in Winneconne. And so those are the ones that would be my school photos. And that's what's pretty cool. All my school photos show up here. And now I can quickly find the things I want to share for work purposes, which is awesome. And if I didn't want to do that, I could easily search for other places. So I could search for something like San Francisco, because I took a trip there. And what I'll get then is all my photos from San Francisco. It knows where I was, and it's going to bring all those up for me, and I'll be able to quickly take a look through those and do whatever I want, share them, just take a look through them for nostalgia purposes, whatever. But it goes even further, and it goes to things. So I can look at all the pictures I took of stadiums. So whenever I was at a stadium, here are all the pictures that I took over the last several years, and that includes high school, it includes college, wherever I was, Lambeau Field, all that stuff's in there. I can go further and search for something like, man, there was that monkey that I had on vacation that I thought was really cool. If I search for monkey, it's going to show me all the images I've taken of a monkey. That's pretty powerful stuff for search and finding the images you need. Cool stuff. Beyond that, you can also go into your creations, and this is something that Google Plus has done forever. Google Plus Photos used to do, but now in just Google Photos, you don't need a Google Plus account anymore for it, so that's something that's pretty important. All the things that I've taken over time, my auto awesomes, my videos, my creations of my panoramas, or the cool HDR effects that Google automatically applies for me. Those are all right here. I can take a look at them very quickly. or I can take a look really quickly at all the videos that I have taken over time as well, which is kind of neat. And then, so that's just the search function, which again, another thing that's amazing, way better than almost anything else that's out there. But that's not all. Google also has built in some photo editing stuff. So you can just click on a photo, and this works on Android, it works on iOS, and it works on the web. And you quickly just click that button, and now I can lighten or darken my photo. I want them maybe a little bit darker here, and maybe a little less color too. And then I can make things pop a little bit more. And I can make a little bit of a vignette. And so that's just that toolbar. I can switch over and do effects. So maybe I want this effect right here. And what's cool is that you've got these sliders, and I can really quickly add or take away that one and then add a little bit of this effect to it as well. Maybe a little bit more of that. And then a little bit less of that. And now I've got a custom photo that I've just created. And this is, it took me 2 seconds. And what this does is it's non-destructive. So it doesn't actually hurt your original photo. It just creates a new copy. So if I click save, it'll just create a new copy for me, or save a copy. So I can revert back to the original. I can compare this to the original photo as well, to see what that looks like, which is pretty neat. And so you can do some actual photo editing right here. And I can also, the last one, I can crop. And there's all kinds of different things I can do there with auto cropping or turning the photo, that kind of stuff. So that's all built right in. You can notice it's quite quick and quite fast, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to discard these changes in that one. And that's still not all, because there's one more feature that's pretty amazing, and that's the sharing feature. Because it's no longer Google Plus Photos, it's just Google Photos. When I want to share something, so I can select these photos really quickly, and I want to share these out, when I hit the share key, I can share to Google Plus, which I could do before, but now I can do Facebook or Twitter. But even more cool, I can use this shareable link, and what's going to happen is when I open a new tab and I put that address in, so if I sent this copy of this link to some friends of mine or my parents or somebody who doesn't have a Google account or a Facebook account or any account really, and they put that in or just click it, it's going to take them right just to those photos. And right from here, they can download those photos or delete the link, do some other stuff with them as well. And they're only shared with that person, but they get all those photos. So I can take all the photos of my trip and send them to one person, not have to share them on the internet if I want. And that person doesn't even need to have an account. And then they can add them to their account. And if somebody shared them with me from Google, I can actually add them into my Google photo stream in one button click. Amazing stuff. So that's a really quick overview of Google Photos and sort of how it works. Very easy, again, to add photos to the cloud, to add backup folders, or create albums, that type of thing. So it's very, very simple. Love this tool. It's something you should be using for sure. And I hope you are able to take some amazing photos and share them out this summer. Have a wonderful summer break.